I'm Terry. Terry Two Fingers. Visibility. What does it mean? Well, it's defined in the dictionary as easy to see. Pretty simple, really. First off, here's a few statistics on the visibility deal so far as it applies to riding a motorcycle. In the state of Victoria, Australia, poor visibility was a factor in 65% of crashes between cars and motorised two-wheelers. Now, I guess they use the term motorised two-wheelers to include scooters as well as motorbikes. And it was also the sole cause in 21% of them. And then a New Zealand study found that wearing white helmets and highly visible clothing would reduce visibility-related collisions by some 45%. Now, I'd be guessing, but I'll bet those statistics are pretty similar where you live. Easy to see. Yep. And high visibility, or high vis for short, is defined as easy to see in all conditions because of being a very bright colour. The simplicity of it all just carries right on. Now, a couple of Saturdays ago, I went on a motorcycle run as organised by the Whanganui branch of New Zealand Vintage Car Club. Hey, it was great fun. All motorcyclists were invited. We cruised around all the wonderful roads between Whanganui and Martin and Hunterville, around 100 miles, I guess, avoiding main highways. We had lunch at Martin and a cuppa on our return to Whanganui. Then each rider received some freebies, courtesy of Ride Forever. Much appreciated they were, but it did get me asking a few questions. Question number one, could that promotional money not be better spent? Not wanting to sound like an old Scrooge McDuck, but a high-vis vest or bib is advertised on the net for only $11.60. That's New Zealand dollars, by the way. I'm sure that a good deal could be done to get the Ride Forever logo emblazoned upon the bibs without detracting from the high-vis factor of the vest itself. And that wouldn't cost too much either. Thus, more than one bird could be killed with just one stone. Ride Forever would be well promoted not just amongst the motorcyclists participating in an event, but also amongst the general public who sees such well-behaved riders on the road. And the other bird, this is the big bird, that would suffer from that one stone would be that the rider would be that much safer. A high-vis vest would mean that other road users would be that much more likely to see them. Remember that the New Zealand study found that wearing a white helmet and highly visible clothing would reduce visibility-related motorcycle collisions by 45%. So how about it, Ride Forever? What about providing such riding organisations with high-vis vests in lieu of other current promotional material? The organisers would, of course, have to make it a condition of entry to the event that the riders wear the vests during the event. So here's another question. Why is Ride Forever and ACC not using visibility as a selling point to cut the motorcycle accident rate? And I mean a strong selling point. Apologies for getting on my high horse, but it does seem so simple to me. Be seen, be visible. Hey, maybe I should set to with a can of white spray paint on my Harley imitation here, rather my all-black Suzuki Boulevard. Recently, I went through a whole lot of YouTube videos courtesy of Ride Forever and the ACC. Some of them were instructional videos demonstrating the do's and don'ts of urban riding. And I noted that none of the riders included in these instructional videos were wearing any form of reflective or high visibility clothing. Some were wearing white helmets, none were wearing high visibility clothing. I also noted that in some of the courses that people had been on, there was only like 9, I think, of 24, 25 riders that were wearing colourful clothing, high visibility clothing. Some were wearing white helmets, true. And then there's a series of television advertisements currently running here in New Zealand, advertising Ride Forever. Now, none of them are wearing high visibility clothing, which is real bad. Okay, let's sort through some of the giveaways courtesy of Ride Forever, both through their courses, of which I've done a couple, and also from the autumn ride the other day, courtesy of the Whanganui branch of the Vintage Car Club of New Zealand. Okay, here we go. Ride Forever. Yep. Useful for dusting. Another one without the right, yes, here we go. Misfolded. Another Ride Forever duster. And what is it? It is a bandana, a Ride Forever one, and another one, and yet another one. Now, don't ask me what this one's for. It's a Ride Forever piece of plastic. And now we have 3 Ride Forever dusters. And indeed we have 3 Ride Forever bandanas. A useful little card here from the guys at the Bald Bikers, who are one of the outfits that contract to Ride Forever. And they're pretty good too. Now we have here a scooter survival. Now, not very useful. I guess it would be to keep warm. So I'll hold on to that one. And another duster without the Ride Forever piece emblazoned on it. Now we have here, courtesy of the New Zealand Transport Agency, Whakakotahi. It's a means of testing the depth of tread on your tyres, whether it be for a motorcycle or indeed a car. Useful. Right, and know your zone, as in where you have to scan what's coming up, and maybe I should just paint my bike. And none of these are what I would describe as high visibility. So how about it, Ride Forever? What about providing for all riders that are doing a Ride Forever course, or indeed a run as organised by the Vintage Car Club of New Zealand? Why not provide as part of the course, and they are cheap. The courses are cheap, they're $20 currently, most of them. And if you put another $11 or maybe $15 for a high visibility vest with Ride Forever emblazoned on them, similar to Air New Zealand, why not provide them for everyone who's going to participate in one of the Ride Forever courses? It'll save lives. So that's it for me, Terry Two Fingers, on the visibility subject. Okay, now that all that remains is for me to spray my black bike white. Stay safe riding out there, and remember, a big part of it is being visible.